All right, who do we have on at home?
I've got Bruce, Dan Brandt, Dan Boltzer, Pam, and Mary Jo Olson.
Got it. So we got some people, and Brenda's in the house.
In the haze.
In the house. All right, so lead conversion. So Scott, you've got a sign by you, I see.
I've got 4 of them I need to order. So 4 listings coming.
Say, is that for good luck in lead conversion right there? Is that
It is. It's good luck.
It is. Okay, so getting into lead conversion, we had a small group today, so I want to do things a little bit differently. Instead of just going over types of conversations, I want to talk about conversion tactics, like high-level ninja conversion, right? So first, before we start, conversion stories for the last week. Anybody got a good one?
Got a lead yesterday that came in from past clients.
Nice.
He referred his daughter to me, so that's nice.
Great. So how did that conversion go? It was a warm lead, right? But
Well, we're going out this weekend to show properties, so.
that's a good conversion, right? I mean, lead sources, we always think, well, what is a lead? People forget their sphere of influence and the referral sources are leads. They really are. They become prospects, but it's easier though, right? How about you guys?
I got a story.
Yeah, what do you got?
I had one an older lead that I had gotten in January. Hammered it hard January, February, and then yesterday I set to call it out of a whim.
Yep.
And she answered, and we're moving forward. So even though it's been a couple months since the last effort, and there was no response, I thought it was a dead lead. I thought I'd try it one more time. A couple months later, it's working out.
So great story. How about you, Scott? Anything?
Yeah, I do. I've got a lead from a client that we meet every month on Thursdays at Pappy's. That's why I'm late here at conversions, the first Thursday.
Like in Stillwater,
Yeah.
Pappy's?
Yeah, that's true. And I just signed a $350,000 home to list this next month.
Beautiful. Speaking of him and I, we probably still are.
I wouldn't doubt it.
If you Google King Pappy's, we literally are the advertisement for it.
You are.
Yeah, we got caught on the camera. We're sitting
You're
there.
on the menu.
Yeah, couldn't believe that.
What are you? You're the appetizer plate?
Yeah. No. So anyway, great story. So I want to talk when we're talking about absolute tenacious ninja-like conversion. I want to give you guys the secret sauce. The secret sauce. Now you're not going to hear this anywhere else. This is completely unique, but it does work. You ready for it? Ready to write it down?
I'm ready.
The fortune is in the follow-up. Totally ninja, huh? No, you guys, it's freaking basic, but nobody does it. What Andy just did, what he's talking about is exactly that. All the real money in lead conversion does not come from someone that's ready to buy a house today. It comes from people that are not ready right now. You know what we struggle with in the industry is staying in front of those people when they're pushing you off. Has anybody ever experienced this? Go away. Oh, wait, come back. I need you now. Because that's really what you're hearing. When they're not answering your calls or they're ignoring you, what I see in here is so many assumptions. Oh, they already got another realtor. They're a dead lead. They're not good. They don't have good credit. They're not approved. Assume. You don't know. Very realistically, it's probably they're just not quite ready to do something right now. But wouldn't it be great that moment that they decided they're ready, it was your mug that they saw at that moment in their head. That's what we all want. Yet we don't put the systems in place to do so. If we put any system, and Percenta's in the house, if we put any system in place, what we usually end up with is a email drip campaign. Super compelling. I know I will seriously buy something if I get an email that's automated twice a month. Gets me every time. So let's talk about how to do that follow-up. Real follow-up. We don't know when they're ready. Realtor.com, which in all their infinite wisdom says they've tracked this and they know that people that buy houses through Realtor.com average between 0 and 90 days of initial contact at Realtor.com. I'm not sure that those are accurate metrics. Can you imagine internal auditing? They come up with some skewed numbers. Could happen, right? Landing page, is that a beer?
Yes.
Perfect.
It is after 9 o'clock, right?
It is. Well, actually, I went and stole a Diet Coke from the Pinnacle room one time. It wasn't, Coors Light and Diet Coke look a lot alike. So I'm walking down the hall, I crack it. I'm in the middle of a conversation. I'm like literally I had a mouthful of beer. I wasn't expecting it.
There's beer down there?
Yeah, right over here there is. Yep. So anyway, guys, fortune's in the follow-up. We don't know when they're ready. We can't assume to know that why they're pushing us off. Oh, they must have another realtor. I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on. I'm not going to put the time into this. Do you realize that people that are converting very well on online leads are converting over 10%? Over 10%. So that means that every 10 leads they get, they're getting a closing. Every 10 leads, there's certain people that I know that are doing 2 closings for 10 leads. Do you think that they're doing anything different than you in terms of the initial conversation? I mean, they're getting the appointment, you're getting the appointment. What's different? Follow up. It's tenacious. We all have these assumptions. They don't want to hear from me. I'm bugging them. If they wanted to talk to me, they'll call. That's average. That's basic. If you want to be basic and have basic conversion rates and basic, success levels and earnings, that's what you're going to do. If you want to go to the next level, you have to have that follow-up piece. So to talk about what that follow-up piece looks like, drip campaigns, email drip campaigns, probably not the best thing to do. So text messaging, video text messaging, direct mail. How about this? You guys all have a database you're using, right? Is anybody still in a Rolodex, like writing notes, or do we all graduate past that now? So you guys can organize by tags who those leads are, right? Realtor.com, Facebook leads, friends and family, Sphere. You can organize those tags, right? So those categories. Do you know what the buyer problems are right now?
Not enough inventory.
Not enough inventory. Give me one more.
Winning multiple offers.
See, there's one person getting all the answers right here, guys. You guys have been here longer than her. One more buyer problem. What are we dealing with?
Overpriced because of the fact they're going to park.
Okay, so we've got pricing issues, affordability. We've got interest rates rising, right? These are all basic common. How about this? Searching for houses. Low inventory, yes, but fragmented searches. Where do I even look?
What's got the best info?
Where do I get the best information? You know what the problems are, correct? Are you solving the problems for your database right now? Are you solving those problems for your database?
My buyers point blank asked me yesterday as we were walking out of the second crappy home we looked at with multiple offers already on it,
Yep.
and said, how are we going to compete in this market? I said, I will have the answer for you. I've got some ideas. We're working on that right now with Realty Group. We're doing some power training, and we are finding success.
So your buyers, what you just testified to was, can you solve my problem? Here's my problem. Are you solving that problem for everybody in your database right now? They're all dealing with it. If you're not solving that problem, then you're not winning the day. They're not going to respond to you necessarily because you call them or text them, hey, you still need a house? That's not solving their problem. Solving their problem would be sending either a written, which I don't like, but a video message to say, hey, you know what? It's tough out there. Inventory is low. You've probably been looking. You can see houses that aren't available. Here's 3 hot tips on how you hack the low inventory environment. Here's 3 hot tips on how you win a multiple offer. Here's 3 hot tips on how you find housing opportunity that you can't find online. You start solving problems for people. You become top of mind. Who's direct mailing their database?
Brand new, I just moved to Realty Group letters.
Nice.
I do some.
So even your leads from Realtor.com, your leads from Andy, or your leads from Sign Calls or Zillow or whatever you're doing, when you get their email address and their phone number, you can reverse directory that a lot of times and get at least 25 to 30% of those on an actual mailing list. Okay. Now, I said today was going to be ninja-like conversion, so we're going to talk about what to do with that. For $100 a month, we will sell you a call action seat here. You want to solve people's problems? You can easily get that mailing list together and put a piece of direct mail out there saying, hey, we have solved the low inventory conundrum. Text low inventory to 763, whatever. And when that happens, what did you just catch for again? You already have them as a lead, but now you have engagement. Now you know they're interested in that topic. Okay. So, hi. So you got two options. Action, inaction. We know what inaction will bring. We've seen it. Waiting for low-hanging fruit. Lead conversion with low-hanging fruit, you will convert. You will close something. You will never set the world on fire. You will never actually take control of your business, but you will trip across something. If you really want to do lead conversion at a high level and grow your business and not just wait for something to fall in front of you, I kind of look at it like who deer hunts here? Okay. I kind of look at it like deer hunting. Well, Andy, you try, you attempt. You're more like a deer spotter.
I like to put.
I don't see them. Yeah.
He chases them down.
Catch
with,
and release,
it's
catch
called
and release,
snowmobile.
Right.
So think about this, right? You've got the guy that just goes out there and throws a tree stand up, and just hopefully something will cross their path within that week. You get the other person that's like, screw this. I'm going to plant feeders. I'm going to like do cameras in here. I'm literally going to figure out where they are. And I'm going to go to them, and I'm going to have my pick of the litter. Lead conversion, the way it's done in real estate, is mostly the dude that throws a temporary tree stand up there, jumps up there, falls asleep, within 1 hour of the season, wakes up, is like, yep, I was unsuccessful. Time to go to a different spot and try something different. That's how we operate in lead conversion. So proactive systems to communicate with your leads. We just heard Andy's. He called somebody out of the blue that said, you know what? This fool's been ignoring me for too long. I'm going to try to call them and see what's going on.
The truth is, I called a whole bunch of people that think.
But that's my point, right? That's what you did. That's a proactive approach. Who else is doing a proactive approach right now? What are you doing?
Well, I'm calling and emailing past clients, different homes that look like it meets their needs, even though they're not communicating. And
Yeah.
I just had Jennifer call me yesterday and said, we got to look at a house down in St. Paul's Eye.
Nice.
And I haven't talked to her for a month.
Beautiful. Scott, you.
I just kind of the same thing, calling and trying to give them one of the nugget that might draw their attention. We got a hot property they might be interested in.
Well, how about this? Let's talk about, and I know Pinnacle's doing this right now. Let's talk about techniques like the misfire. Who's doing it?
I tried it once,
Did you?
just once.
Just
It
so
did not work.
Misfire.
She did not respond after that,
that's okay.
but I tried it.
That's okay. But here's what I want you to understand. Anything you do in lead conversion or anything in life will never work 100% of the time. Once you get comfortable with that fact, you're going to feel much better. Literally, I could walk around this whole room with $100,000 in a duffel bag for everybody. And everybody's going to be like, this is so great. You just gave me $100,000. And one person will go, I feel weird about taking the money. Nothing works every time. No matter how ridiculous that sounds, it's actually
You
true.
want to try it though?
Yeah. Scott's like, me first. Right. So my point is you have to start building in practices that will increase your odds. It's Vegas odds. That's what we're doing. If we do the best practices, our odds of success keep rising. There's not one person that converts at 100%. Never has been, never will be. There's not one person that ever solved how to retain 100% market share. They do that, and you let me know because it's never been done. But I will tell you this: start building in best practices. Who doesn't know what the misfire is? Great. Okay, we'll tell you right now. So what the misfire is when people that have fallen off, buyers that have fallen off, what you do is you take a picture, you take your camera on your phone, and you shoot a short little 10, 15-second video showing something like, the countertops, the floor, a cool feature in the house, and be like, oh yeah, hey, just this is Mike here. You're right. This is a super great house. This thing's probably going to go really fast. We can write an offer on it tonight. I think we're going to get a sweet deal on it. Click, done. And then you go, oh shoot, Scott, so sorry, man. That was not meant for you. My mistake. But what did the buyer hear? I'm out writing offers. This house is a great deal. Nobody else can find it, and we're going to get a sweet deal on it.
Dan says it's best not to put that last part in.
What's that?
Hopefully have them contact you back and say, hey, I don't think this was meant for me.
Yeah, you could do either or. So if they don't respond, like Amber's, that's where you give them time to, and I was judging up Amber's situation. When they don't respond, that's when you go and say, oh, hey, sorry, my mistake, But you're right. What's going to happen is just by response alone, they're going to feel a little bit, they're going to feel like they have to respond and say, hey, I know this is probably an important message for somebody. It just wasn't meant for me. So that's where you're triggering the
And then
response.
what's the follow-up after that? Because she did respond to that saying, hey, you must have the wrong person. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry.
The response is, hey, you want to buy a house? No, but so anyway,
Still in the fear of missing out the whole home.
it is. It's fear of missing out, right? So what it is, the response is, oh, it's for the wrong person to say, oh, I'm so sorry. Hey, by the way, thanks so much, because this message has to go to the right person. And then you just go and engage them again in almost the forward technique, right? So how you been? What's been going on? What's new? Haven't heard from you. So just taking the direction of that. I've been worried. I haven't heard from you. Is everything okay? Whatever the case might be. Yep. So my point is the misfire does work. If you did it 10 times, it's going to work maybe 3. But if you do it no times, how many times is it going to work? Right? So the misfire. Fortunes in the follow-up. Solve their problems. So we know what the problems are, right? So how many people have a database of buyers that they'd like to work with? People that have called in the last year, 6 months, whatever, and they just went dark. How many people are willing to actually go and get on their iPhone or the video room or wherever you want to do it and say, you blast out 100 or 200 of these people in your database with one message solving one problem. One message solving one problem. Low inventory, can't find houses, multiple offers, interest rates rising. Talk about something to get engagement. Now, if you send out the 200 people, are you going to get 200 responses?
No.
No. If you got one, you did one transaction off that, would that not be worth it? Right? That's what we're talking about. Why are people not moving right now? I mean, they're calling in, they're looking for houses, right? I mean, they called in 6 months ago, a sign call, a referral, an open house guest. Why haven't they done anything yet?
They're not going to get another home.
It's either that or the correct answer, you don't even know.
Right.
That's my point. You don't know.
There's lots of reasons.
There's lots of reasons you don't know. And that was a trick question because I want you guys not to assume. Your job is to throw messaging out until something catches them. Solve a problem, ask a question. By the way, when somebody messages into Realtor.com or they walk into an open house and they start talking about the house they want to buy. I want 4 bedrooms, I want 3 baths, I want Coon Rapids with 2,000 square feet. Do they really want those things? Is that when they're describing, do you think they really want 4 bedrooms?
I think that's a starting point.
It is a starting point. I'll tell you why. Nobody's buying the metrics. They're not buying that. They're buying what it affords them to do. There's a pain point they're trying to solve. Do you think anybody wants to move? Is it fun to move? I mean, you sell your house, you pay all that expense. No, people are usually trying to solve a pain point. I don't have enough room. My family's expanding. I work too far away from where I live. The transit's terrible. My house now is too expensive. I need to downgrade. You need to be able to ask questions to get to the root of what they're really trying to do. Ask good questions. We tend in real estate, when we're talking conversion, to talk metrics. What area? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? That doesn't resonate. That's not what they're buying. Ask good questions. Find out what they're really buying. Oh, you're buying lifestyle? You just want to be able to move into a place and have this really cool backyard and infinity pool, and you want to be able to walk around. Who was telling me this? Somebody told them, I want to be able to walk and get my mail naked. If I could do that, that's what literally he was saying, I want that much privacy and that much land and all that kind of stuff. But that was in his mind, that's what he was buying. So, you have to figure out, what are you really buying? People go dark because a lot of times you don't have the right connection. There wasn't that right connection. They didn't feel like, I've got to include Amber on this conversation. Once you ask the right questions and you get really in tune with them, less people will go dark. By the way, who's letting their leads know it's okay to go dark? Who's letting them know it's okay to not buy right now? Good. It's okay. By the way, Scott, I tell you what, we're looking at a house right now and it sounds like we're going to be working together. That's great. But I want to let you know one thing. If at any time you decide to put it on hold or you're struggling with a concept or something just doesn't feel right about your purchase or your move, do me a favor. Call me, talk about it, tell me you're putting things on hold. What happens in real estate, we always get left wondering, is people just disappear and we never hear from them. They don't respond to messages. Call it out. Give them permission. If you're going to change courses or something, let me know. That way I don't have to assume that you just dropped off, or maybe you're only dropping off for a couple of weeks and you want to talk in a month. But let's talk about a plan. Let's be on the same page. Have that conversation. Assume they're going to drop off, every one of them. Have the conversation and then work towards solving whatever pain point that's going to be to keep them rolling. That's what you want to do. So, misfire, solve a problem, ask good questions. And I think that's one thing that we sorely lack. And I always blame the way that transactions have went post email and post REO days, when people just start transactionally selling houses. It was all based on numbers. You'd fax an offer over to a bank, to an REO agent, you'd email it over, and literally you stopped talking to people. And good questions went by the wayside. It was all transactional, not relational. We think we're relational in the industry. We're not. We don't even know why they're really trying to move half the time. We're not asking the right questions. What's another problem we can solve right now? We're thinking only of buyers. Can you solve a seller's problem? What's their issue? And I think you just talked about it, right? What is that problem?
What are we gonna do now? Where are we moving? Or somebody else said.
Yeah. How do I find? I'm scared to put my house in the market because I don't see anything I like. How do you solve that problem?
Contingent.
How come she's getting all the right answers, guys?
She's quick.
I mean, she's just on it. You know, I see light bulbs going over your heads, but I see no answers.
I'm the newbie. I'm just trying to impress people.
So here's my point. Can you solve that major problem? Can you let them know that there's a risk reversal that you can offer? I'm going to reverse the risk for you. I can sell your house, and if you can't find one you like, you don't have to move. What? What are you talking about? Yeah, I can sell your house, and if you don't find one you like in time, you don't have to move. Yes?
On that idea, has anyone done it?
No.
No one's done it?
No one's marketing it.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering, because I offered it to someone the other day, and they said, oh, well, people aren't gonna wanna wait a long time, are they really?
So that's an objection, right? That's an objection. Yes, they will want to wait because here's the thing, Mr. Seller, Sue, Mrs. Seller, I tell you what, if you put your house on the market right now and you find a buyer and they can't find another house, they're in the same position you are. They will wait right now because they don't have much option. So let's find a buyer. In fact, let's not find one, let's find three. And let's get multiple offers with backups and let's stack these things and make sure that you've got options so you can move forward. And it might take you a few months to find it, but guess what I'm really good at? I'm good at finding houses. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that for you. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to look at the MLS. We're going to look on properties that are non-MLS. So I've got a great network, and I will bring you opportunity. In fact, if I need to, I will take you by the hand, and we'll door knock together the neighborhoods you want to see if somebody wants to buy a house or sell a house. That's the kind of direction you want to go. Because if you market that correctly in your own databases, you're solving people's problems. You don't know why they're stalling. You don't know why they're going dark. You don't know why they stopped responding. But you do know there's some basic common problems out there. And here's the beauty of it. You start marketing that correctly, what'll happen, even those in your database that aren't willing to do something, they know others. By the way, there's a Scott guy who said that, you can sell your house and you don't have to move if you don't find one you like. I'll connect you. That's what you're doing. You're getting an audience. You're getting it out there. Who's willing to do it? There's a lot of hands going up real quick. There we go. Action, right?
Mhm.
And I say that and I laugh, but it's also sad to me because a lot of people, even in our office, I know will take no action. They will sit there and watch their business get harder to do and they'll struggle and they'll do less business year after year right now as things shift and change and they will take no action. That's a problem. So think about that. If something's uncomfortable, has growth ever been comfortable? I think it's comfortable to grow. Excuse me. It's not. Shifting, changing, growing, not comfortable. It's not supposed to be. But if you don't do it, if you don't adapt and adjust and grow, this market will swallow you. I'm hearing people that are writing 30, 40 grand over asking price and they're losing offers. $30,000, $40,000. Do you have an answer for that? Can you talk, and this is part of lead conversion too, because you know who one of the leads are that you're really dealing with is the other agent. Do you have the skill set to talk them out of taking the $30,000 over asking price with no appraisal comps, USDA 100% down offer? Can you actually have that conversation with them and convert that? Yes.
I think it's better to go into a slightly more expensive house because there's less competition. Trying to talk to them for that if they can afford it, or go for a lower price one and then you have more,
Well, the problem isn't the price. The problem is the appraisal.
Well, no, I'm talk them out of that house, talk them into making an offer on a house that's more expensive. because there's less competition on those.
But even that one, if they're still going higher, which they are, I mean, even the higher price ones right now are doing the same dang thing. So either way, what I would do, honestly, and we have been doing this, we've been doing this live in the field, is talking to listing agents about the offers that they're going to present. Look, mine right now, it's $10,000 over, it's 20,000, it's 20% down conventional. And, you know, I'm getting the impression from you that we're probably not going to win. You may have something higher, but I just want to call this out. I looked at the comps. Let's work on this together, Scott. I've been looking at the comps. What have you seen? Are you worried about appraisal? Because, you know, a lot of people, they're going to pressure you. If that appraisal doesn't come forth, they're going to pressure you to get that price down from your seller. So here's my suggestion. As a buyer's agent, I'm able to show you my client's financial stability. I'm not going to put in writing that they're going to pay more than appraised value, but I can tell you this much before we cancel. Cancellation would be the last course of action. That would be the last course of action. We are going to try to work a deal out. And we got the financial stability to do something. Does your other buyers? You can get listing agents thinking. Now, the lenders over here are going to probably be the one to provide that, but they're going to, in order to, whether it's us or them, in order to share secret financial stuff, they've got to have written authorization. We do. I'm sure you guys probably would too. You're not just going to be like, here's their bank statement, right? But you show somebody that there's, you know, $50,000 sitting in a bank account that does not have to go to a down payment, and you don't commit. You don't want to commit your buyer to doing something with it. That's going to trigger an appraiser when you see that written commitment. Wait a minute. These guys are committing to pay this money. I can have less liability myself. I'll sign off on the lower number because I have less liability because these guys already said they'll pay it. You don't want to trigger that. But what you do want to trigger is confidence with the listing agent. If I can trigger confidence with the listing agent on my offer, we are winning offers that are significantly lower than the highest right now. Having a seller understand that going for the greedy play, ooh, it's 30,000 over. Yes, but it is VA. It's 100% down. These guys have no cash. If this doesn't appraise, you don't get your money. This is a safer bet. Can you articulate that? That's what it comes down to. All right, so ninja moves, the misfire, better questions, right? Solving their problem publicly and being able to work your way through an offer situation successfully, even when you're not the highest, and getting your conversion rate on offers up. That's the methodology. By the way, if you're able to market yourself as saying, hey, I've won the last 14 multiple offers, the last 14 multiple offers, is that not a marketable piece? Does that not make you different? Right? Is a testimonial from your client on a piece of direct mail to your database, your lead sources, saying, my name's Scott. Mike just helped me win a multiple offer. I'm so happy I got my house on the first attempt. To hear Mike's story, text Mike 2 763, whatever. And a video pops up of me raving about how great Scott was in helping me win this offer. Those are the extra pieces when you add in for lead conversion. That's how you get your numbers up. That's how you start, you know, because right now you guys are pretty good at getting that first appointment. And then if something happens on the appointment, boom, it happens. Andy, why do you got to leave me?
I'll be right back.
Why do you got to leave me, man? You're my moral support.
Could you pause?
Yeah, I'll do that. So let's talk about another piece. And we've talked about this a few different times. And this is really inopportune because Andy just left and has to do with Andy. But lender conversion right now, people are hungry, by the way. Lenders are looking, they're being pressured for deals. Do you know what happens when the market slows down? Agents start looking to assign blame. Why am I not successful? Why am I not successful? Whose fault is it? It's usually is Andy's, yes. Yep. So they look around, they go, whose fault is it? Well, my broker's fault because for whatever reason, I'm not successful at XYZ Realty. I got to move over here. It's my team's fault because, you know what? For whatever reason, there's something not working here, so I'm going to move over here. It's my referral partners. I'm not getting referrals from these people anymore. I'm going to stop spending time on these people. Oh, my lender. I've given my lender 13 deals in the last year. I've gotten nothing back. It's my lender's fault. They're going to assign blame. And lenders are going to feel that. So when somebody calls in to you and they don't know you, and they hit a button online, or they somehow they call a sign, or they walk in an open house, and they don't know you, but somehow you got that appointment with them. They gave you a shot. Yep, let's meet on Friday. We'll look at some houses. What happens, do you think, when they go and visit Brenda in between that time for a pre-approval? And Brenda says, super cool. I got a pre-approved buyer that's not really attached to an agent. My friend Amber over here is really looking for a buyer. You see where there's a problem with that? If you don't control where the financing goes, you don't control where the buyer lands. That is a reality. So everybody's trying to pull, it's recruiting from all angles. From all angles. And if you're not recruiting for your lender, you're missing opportunity, because a lot of people that will go dark, you'll find later on when you really nail them down. What happened to you? I bought a house. Oh, you did? How'd you meet the agent? Well, my lender. You'd be surprised how often we hear that. Happens all the time. So you need to build that practice in, and people are uncomfortable with that conversation. Amber, thanks so much for stopping at the open house. Yes, I know you love it. Great. Tell you what, if you want to take a look at other ones, great. If you want to buy this one, that's awesome too. Have you talked to a lender yet about financing? No, you haven't? No problem. Or even if you have, that's super great. So you have your pre-approval? Yes, awesome. You going FHA, going conventional, where you going FHA? Awesome. Tell you what, I'm going to do you a favor. Coming from a place of contribution. I'm going to do you a favor, because everybody likes to save money. And if I can help you save some money, even if you don't buy this house, that's great. I'm helping you. I'm going to have Brenda give you a call and give you an estimate based on the same terms that these guys are giving you, same kind of loan. And we'll see if we can have Brenda beat your person on two different metrics. One, on interest rate, and two, on closing costs. Those are the two things that really affect you as a buyer. So what time works, I can have Brenda call you. By the way, don't feel obligated. This isn't a matter of obligation. You have to use Brenda, but if anything, it'll keep your person honest and get you the best deal. So what did I just accomplish right there?
Possibly saving her money. Get out there and take a look and do some shopping. And if she doesn't go with your lender, you're gonna have the opportunities that everything will keep in house. I mean,
so I guess what I'm asking though is what I accomplished here versus this. Oh, so Amber, you're approved. That's great. Awesome. Who's your lender? Wells Fargo. Perfect. Awesome. So if you want to write on this house, I guess I'll just need an approval letter from you. Perfect. Or, hey, would you like a second opinion? What's the answer likely going to be? No, I'm good. Did I give them the benefit of the second opinion? And that, would you like a second opinion? Did I give them the benefit? No. The first time, did I?
Yes.
What do you think is going to have the stronger conversion? Everybody wants to talk, oh, my lender's great, they're super, they're the best lender ever. Doesn't convert. Just doesn't convert. It has to be a benefit to them that you speak directly to them. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do you a favor, Amber. I'm going to have Brenda give you a call. She's a loan officer, I know. She does great work, but here's the deal. I want to help you see if we can save some money for you. Whether you buy this house, any house on the block, if you're approved right now, I'm going to have Brenda give you a call and compare two different things. Interest rate and cost to close on those closing costs. If she can save you money, that's just a personal favor, no big deal. What time works for you? I'm going to have Brenda give Amber a call. Rather than leaving it up to Amber to call Brenda. Or rather than being awkward about the conversation. I'm helping you out. If you save money, awesome, then I feel great about that. You know what? You know what you'll often find? Your person will save the money. If you save somebody money, do they feel a little more obligated to work with you? Does it work every time? No. We already talked about this. Nothing works every time. Okay? If you do it 10 times over again, are you going to have better conversion? If you did that same practice for a year, 5 years, over 5 years, are you going to do better in conversion? Yes. Your numbers will stack up. All right. Objections. What objections are we getting out there these days? Ninja moving conversion. Number 2, be great at handling objections. Amber.
Yeah, I can sell for top dollar, but I have to buy for top dollar.
Okay, it's great. And you know what? They're right about that, right? Yeah, if I sell, I still got to turn around and buy for top dollar. Okay, so what are they really trying to cut? Do they want to move? Does anybody really want to move? Think about this. No, we just covered this. Moving is a pain in the ass. It's expensive. It's a big change. It's disruptive to your life. What people want is what moving will afford them. They'll go through it because they want something at the end. So the question is, I've been asking really good questions. What do they want to accomplish in that move? Numbers aside, what are they trying to accomplish? Can we speak to that? And maybe we can find something in there that we focus on that. Look, I understand, Amber, if you sell high, you're still going to buy high, and you're trying to make those numbers work, but what made you inspired to even think about moving in the first place? Well, it's getting a little hard here. It's my house is too small, or things are falling apart, or whatever the answer is. Okay, so in a perfect world, if I'm reading you right, Amber, you're looking to solve your space confinement issues, right? You just don't have enough space. Yes, that's true. Okay, so if we can make that work, we can figure out a way to make it work where financially it works and you get a better space, would you still be interested in exploring that? Well, yes, that'd be fine. But I just don't want to pay more per month. I'm scared because I don't want to pay $300, $400, $500 more per month to accomplish that. Now we're having a good conversation. We're having good questions. We're having good responses, right? Can you start looking at solving their problem for space? Perhaps they got to compromise somewhere else. Well, maybe you have to move 5 miles out of your desired area. Or perhaps you have to buy something older and maybe do more distressed and do some sort of renovation loan on it. Whatever the case might be. Look to solve their problem, but always know their goal. Stick back to that pain point. What other objections are we getting? Jeopardy music. Anyone? Objections. I know you guys are getting some.
First-time home buyers that don't have the down payment money.
Okay, so first-time home buyers don't have the down payment money. Andy, right over here, loves to borrow people money for down payments. He's just such a charitable guy. So actually, you guys don't really do much in the down payment assistance realm, if I remember right, or do you?
Ramsey County has a good one right now.
Yes. Okay. So down payment assistance is definitely something you want to explore. Lenders hate it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of crap, but you have to explore it to get them in the house. What other options do they have? Think about this, that they could do if they don't have down payment right now.
Multiple offers to throw that into.
But how about this?
Home partners.
Home. Ding, 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 ding. The girl's half listening on her phone, her jacket's still on, and she's getting answers right like that. I think it's the front row. That's what it is. That's where all the magic is today, these two rows.
Pay attention.
So here's the thing, Home Partners. Home Partners America, you can save your down payment. And can you get a better, so you're gonna pay more in the end of the day, okay? Ooh, I have to pay 5% more when I turn around and buy that from Home Partners. That's a lot of money, sure, but how much did the market move up last year in the Twin Cities? I think it was like 11, over this whole 7-county metro. If home prices go up 11, what's half? Right? 5.5. If I've got to wait 6 months to save my down payment, am I still in the same position? So, and here's the difference. I can actually turn out with a benefit of Home Partners, because if I get that offer that now I'm competing at 20 grand over, over asking price with my conventional, I might get that thing at 6 grand over in cash. And that takes a big chunk out of there. So when you have to pay 5% more, you're starting at a lower number. You might actually benefit and come out ahead with Home Partners than you would if you waited 6 months to save your down payment. Yes?
I don't know what Home Partners is.
What? You're going to love this. Ready? Home Partners will come in and they will buy the house on your client's behalf for them and rent it to them and allow that person to buy it from them at a predetermined price. And here's the deal. Works great for divorces. Everyone I've ever done has been a divorce. And it gets really interesting because the other partner has no idea they're doing it. So it's like cloak and dagger conversation. Don't text me between this time or that time. Literally, because when you're in the middle of a divorce, obviously if the spouse buys a house, you still have ownership of it, right? They don't want that to happen. So they're financially qualified. They just are tied to somebody at the moment. They can't do it. So Home Partners will buy it on their behalf and allow them to turn around and buy it after the divorce is final. I've seen the same things because they pull only TransUnion. That's the only credit score that they pull. So sometimes people that have a kind of below optimum score with a mortgage can still qualify for Home Partners because of that. Some other instances that I've seen with it, W-2 income versus 1099. Home partners will work with that easier because the lender is going to want, a couple years of history on that, where home partners will do, they're a lot more liberal on that piece. So as long as you've been making money and you have a job and you can prove you have income, they'll take it.
Relocation.
Relocation too. Yep. So home partners is great. And there's another place out there that we're exploring that's kind of like home partners. It's actually better. I just can't talk about them yet because I don't know all the metrics on that yet. But home partners is a great conversion piece. Okay.
Townhomes or just
Single
single
family. Yep.
Well,
They did do some townhomes.
That's right. They open it up now. They won't do condos. That's what I think they won't do. They won't do condos. They'll do
See what
townhomes.
they do, they rent it up to 5 years, so they can stay there and test drive the house during that time. And if they don't want to buy, they can just move.
And guess who gets the commission day one? You. So you're actually selling home partners. You're representing them in the transaction, which is great.
Okay.
So you get a commission up front.
Do we have a connection?
Yes.
I'm sure we do.
He's right there.
This guy?
Yeah, Hunter. He's the one that's kind of running with this. We're trying to figure out what to do and to offload that from him. But right now, he's probably the most versed. So he can get you contact info. Besides that, home partners, what was the other objection? Another objection. That's what we're looking for. We're solving problems today, people.
I've got buyers that have, they're qualified up to $250,000.
Okay.
They have 5% down, and we go into multiples, and they go as high as they can go. We go 10,000 over, and we still don't get our multiple up.
Okay, so we're gonna on Monday morning we're doing.
We're going out. We're doing everything.
Yep.
The one thing I haven't tried, and I want to make sure they do this, is get in there and do the inspection prior to the ISFS.
Oh yeah,
So
that works.
that's what's
Yeah.
we're going to do that from now on.
You want to talk about freaking out every buyer in the marketplace when they see you walking around with an inspector before the offers are taken? They think I've had people go, "Is the house already sold?" House is already sold. They've literally thought the house is already gone. It just disrupts their whole flow of getting offers in and everything. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to do a real deep dive on that on Monday. Yep. Another
That's
objection.
on Zoom, right?
Yep, or you can come to Apple Valley. Either way. I drive there from here. It's an hour. I'm stuck doing it. Okay. Anybody else? One more. All right. What did we learn today? Somebody else tell me what we learned today.
Ask good questions.
Ask good questions.
Solve their problem. Give them a solution to their problem.
Yep.
And you would check on the
Yes. Anything else? Don't forget the lender conversion piece. Lender conversion piece. So you guys forgot it already. So what else? The misfire, right? Amber's already done it.
Inspire.
What else?
If you market the way you sell homes,
Yes,
good at it, you might as well market it.
exactly. Yep, exactly. There's entire people that run podcasts on this kind of stuff. Just real estate podcasts on challenges of the market and how to rid it. And they do fantastic with it.
Give them permission to explain to you that they need to take a break.
Yes.
Whatever the thing is.
They feel like they're wasting your time or screwing you over, and what do people do when they feel awkward? They just go, right. Let them know.
Down on ya.
Yeah, they do. It's Minnesota. They're just literally passive. They're not direct. They just disappear and let you try to figure it out. So address that. What time we got, by the way?
10:16.
Okay.
Use multiple avenues to stay in touch with people. Don't just do a drip campaign, do direct mail, do.
Air, land, and sea. Yep. You want to hit them on different things. Okay. So direct mail, and I'll tell you what, guys, direct mail seems like it's a lost art. It's really not. I know people doing very well in direct mail, but you have to have the right call to action on there. If you just send a piece of direct mail out that says, "Hey, I'm Scott, don't forget me." Yep. File that but you got to have some sort of good call to action. I love testimonial direct mail. I love special offer direct mail. I love attention getting direct mail. When I say special offer, anybody that buys a house the next month shall receive X. Okay. Anybody that signs a listing contract with me in the next month shall receive X. For more details on offer, text listing to. There's your call action extension. So everybody that doesn't have call action should be getting call action. If you're in lead conversion at all, it's an absolute dynamite program. Now, if you're using Air, Land, and Sea, we've got direct mail. We've got, obviously, they're in our CRMs and we're calling them. Who is looking for everybody? Who's Facebook stocking their database? Love it.
And what do you do though? You friend them, you just kind of get information?
Friend them.
Yeah, I look them up prior to meeting them, so I know.
Yes, I've done
Yeah.
that, yeah. So I have an idea if they're in a big Vikings fan or something, I can kind of.
Yep. Stuff
You
to talk
mean
about.
Facebook stalking, you're looking at those people who look at your posts?
What, no, we're saying is,
No. I check out the clients, like, so when we get these leads, we don't know who they are. I
Right.
go in and find out who they are and what their interests are, and where
Right.
they're looking and other pertinent information.
I also look on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You do that too.
so here's the thing. Next step to that, when you start figuring people out, who's using Google Alerts?
I don't know.
What you can do is set alerts for things that would interest them, that will tag you and say, hey, let so-and-so know about this. So you have conversational pieces, which is good. But what you want to do is you want to friend everybody in there. So your realtor.com, your Facebook, landing pages, your everything that's lead conversion, your open house, registry, friend. Are they all going to accept you?
No.
Does anything ever work all the time? No. Do you quit because it doesn't? No.
So I have a quick question. So what I'm finding is if I do that, then my personal Facebook page really isn't personal anymore.
You don't have a personal page in real estate. You just don't.
Don't. So
Nope.
that's why I'm like, it's about puppies and kids, people. We
Exactly.
stay away from religion, politics, all those hot buttons.
Exactly.
Because in order for me to invite them to like my other Facebook business pages, they have to be a personal friend.
Put it this way, guys, you are not in a transactional business. This is where people get confused. Some people can be transactional and do well in real estate, mostly listing agents, usually never buyer's agents. But I'll tell you this much, you are really in a people business. You're in a people business. And do people in a people business do well with personal or business pages? Your personal page is a sneaky ninja business page is what it is. It is. And here's what frustrates me. Like if I've got a dent on my head one day, it's because I'm banging up the wall because I look at all you guys' Facebook profiles and I have to dig to see who's in real estate. About, scroll, oh, this person's in real estate. And I look at that and go, you're leaving it all on the table. You're not shouting from the mountaintop, I'm in real estate. You know how many people come to me and go, I was wearing a name tag today and I got a deal because of it. I was wearing a t-shirt that was branded. I got a deal because of it. I got a decal on my car. I got a deal because of it. Guys, you've got a huge banner on social media that you need to use. And you're right. Stay away from the fatal four. No religion, no politics, nothing controversial. You know, the kind of jokes that I would laugh at, I'm not going to post on Facebook. I'm going to say that right now. And the other
So
thing,
that means I can't share my bitchy life anymore?
yeah,
Dang it.
maybe not, right? But then you've got the other one, and I've seen this kind of backfire on people is Uber sports fans. When I say Uber sports fans, I'm talking about not, hey, the Vikings did great. It's Packers, you suck. Every Packers fan's an idiot. And yeah, that's going to divide your audience. Okay, everything you do that divides people will not help you. And I've had this argument with people in here, but it's me. I want to be authentic. I get it. But if you want to actually serve the public what you're supposed to do, you can't segregate yourself and divide people. Your Facebook page stopped being yours the minute you went into public service. That's really how you got to look at it. Now, if you had a special group of friends that only saw a certain post, that's fine. But if you're like me that sucks at it, I've actually posted things to the wrong group. And I'm like, oops, sorry, and had to erase that real quick. So your Facebook personal page should look like you're in real estate. It should have real estate content on there. And this is where people, the old adage, I'm gonna buck against that system. It used to be 90-10 or 80-20, mostly personal, then something about real estate. Today, I would say that's actually changing. You want real estate content on there, but you don't want, here's my new listing. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that. If you put something educational, fun, you're interviewing a local restaurant owner, if you're in the streets of an open house and something funny happens, or you're in a neighborhood talking about the recent flip that just is going on, if there's something engaging, people like it. If it's, here's my new listing and I'm the top salesperson in Anoka, nobody cares. You have to figure out what's going to engage people and what's not.
So you still have a business page, or
Yes.
put everything on your personal?
Yes, you're going to want to share things from your business page to your personal. So let's say you're given the key to, like Scott Manning, the mayor of the city, someday will present him with a key to the city, and he'll put that all over his business page, and he'll share that to his personal, and everybody sees it. And the other thing you want is you can't do anything without a business page in terms of advertising. If you're going to do any advertising, it has to be from the business page. So you need both. You just have to figure out that really your personal page is your sneaky ninja business page. That's really what it is. So with that, hopefully you guys will go home today and go, let's take a look at this page, and does it scream I'm in real estate? If it doesn't, and you feel awkward, I don't want my friends to feel like I'm trying to sell them. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. You're in real estate. Don't hide it. Do not hide it. Flaunt it that you're in real estate. You don't have to sit there and talk with people. Scott, it's been forever. Yeah, we haven't seen each other in 6 months. Want to buy a house? That's probably not what you want to do. Okay, but you want to be able to say, Scott, hey, it's been forever. Hey, nice name tag. You're working at Realty Group now. That's cool.
It's cool.
Right. So you just don't want to be let them come to you with the conversation, but let them know, be top of mind of what you do. Make sense?
Don't be a secret agent.
No. And I tell you, every year I hear this, my friend, they bought a house with somebody else. Well, did they even know you're in real estate? Well, I think they forgot. Every year I hear that. I'm like, whose failure is that? Your friends or yours? You can't control other people. You can only control yourself. And if you control yourself correctly, when you're in real estate, your brand, you are a brand. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's not transactional. You're not selling houses. Do you know that you guys don't sell houses? You guys don't sell houses. You are the commodity. You are the brand. You are the conduit. You're really selling is you. The transaction is the house. Now, I could argue that the first transaction someone has with you is with you. Convince me why I should even talk to you. The first transaction happens in the conversation, but it happens on a personal level. It's an emotional transaction, not a financial one. When you figure that out, you start figuring out that I'm not really selling houses. I'm really selling myself. And when I say I want to use that word selling very, very cautiously, because if you go out there and act like a billboard or like a car salesman, but if you're out there just being a pushy, aggressive salesperson, that's not necessarily going to resonate with everybody. Some people are very good at it and they do well with it. It has to be natural and authentic, and it can't be forced with you. If it is, it'll never work. Most of us, and I know most of you in this room, are going to do better in a relational sense. But the first transaction they have is with you, not the house. It's never been harder to earn someone's first dollar than it is today. But it's also never been easier to keep the rest of the dollars. Once you have them, they don't want to shop anymore. It's a true statement, just how society works. Nobody wants to sit there and shop from 50 different outlets. They want convenience, one-stop shop, I'm done. They might search a little harder and be pickier on what they go with. But once you got them, you got them. Just got to retain them. All right, any other questions before we wrap up? Anybody have anything to say? Like, please, I'm dying up here. All right,
Stuff. Good
there we go.
reminders.
Just want to keep that top of mind with you guys. Right now, there's never been such an important time in the last 8 years to have activity and systems behind what you're doing. So keep that going. There it is. The Jeopardy music. Thank you. I need a speaker on that.
That's awesome.
All right, we're wrapped up. Sai, how you doing?